Okay, so I'm in London, guys, and this is the start of the Heartstopper vlog, right? Because it is currently the 2nd of October, and by the time I land, it's going to be the 4th of October, and Heartstopper comes out on the 3rd. So we're missing it by a day, and it's very depressing, but at least we're in London. There was an advanced screening happening today that we could have won, but wasn't going to happen. And
we are not residents.
No, and Alice Oseman has Charlie's bedroom, and she was going to make an appearance next week. But we are in London. We're currently going into Waterstones, right? Into the bookstore. I don't know which way. So we're in Waterstones currently, but this is going to be the start of my vlog because I'm not going to be able to watch it all in one night, because I'm going to watch a few episodes when I land and then try and sleep because it's going to be a long time. But we might be able to find Heartstopper in here though. But this is the biggest Waterstones, either in London or England, but like...
Look at the fiction section.
Yes, of course. But this is just like where the vlog's starting, because why would I not start it in London when it is set in England? Of course, I find a copy of Heartstopper within 2 minutes. That's what I do. Yeah, thank you so much for the vlog. Oh, my legs hurt. Oh my god, Heartstopper is out currently, and I'm fucking stuck in this airport. So we just had a 13-hour flight, so that's obviously already occurred. I have 7 more hours, and then I'm gonna be too stuffed when I actually land, because like it's daytime right now. We left when it was nighttime, but this is like, you know, we've just gained like how many hours. Like, travel is so weird. It is so weird. Yeah, and then I have to land, catch a train, unpack, do washing. I hate everything. But at least I'll be able to watch Heartstopper soon. That's what I want. It's too much, okay? I haven't talked to you in the airport, didn't I? So I'm back. Heartstopper is officially on Netflix, right? Like, I could watch it. But the fun thing for me is I actually watched Heartstopper with Jenna. Like, we didn't for the first season, but the second season we watched together, in the sense that I was, like, watching it, and then she started messaging me, and then we realized we were at a similar time. So, like, as I was vlogging, she was sending me reactions, and then she was trying to, like, stay behind me, so she would pause while I would catch up so I could keep vlogging, and we just had a fun time that we're going to do it again. But I feel so bad because for me being a day late, she's had to wait an extra 2 days because we're going to watch it tomorrow. But I might watch an episode or 2 tonight, seeing how I feel, because I want to try and make sure I'm ahead of her, but I also might watch it in the morning. But I feel bad that she has to wait, but I also appreciate that she wants to, like, talk to me about it, so I'm going to enjoy that. But I've already seen people talking about it, like, not in a spoilery way, because I don't think many things can be spoiled for me being a comic book reader, and they have followed very heavily, and they're doing a very good job. But I've just been getting the vibes, and I'm like, I'm not ready, but I'm also so ready. So this is where we're at, because I'm sad that it's not I watched it all in one night. But what is time anymore? Like, what is there? Night does not exist. I've been awake since 8 o'clock last night because my plane experience wasn't very good, because there was loud children who parents didn't control, and they were kicking my seat, they were turning lights on, and I just couldn't sleep. And every time my Nelly got to sleep, they kicked me again, and it was just painful. So I don't even know how I'm awake at this point, and it's only 2 p.m. So I have to stay awake for so long. It hurts, but there is a lot of TV shows for me to catch up on, so that's the only thing that's going to keep me going. And I want to watch Phantom of the Opera because I saw the musical in London, and I've become obsessed, and I wanted to see it again, but I didn't have any time. So I'm going to watch the movie and live vicariously through that. I listened to the soundtrack on the whole trip. I loved it. And now I'm going to wallow all day, but I will come back to you when I actually start watching the show. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's play. Okay, stop, play. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm sorry for the total lack of just being in pajamas, but like, I don't even know what day it is, I don't know what time it is, but I'm finally gonna watch Heartstopper. I'm gonna be involved, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm still using my travel camera just because it's a bit easier, and then at least the footage is all in one place. But I'm starting season 3, I'm on episode 1, love, not prepared. I think there's meant to be 8 episodes. Definitely didn't look into it as much as I should have, but like, I'm just so excited. I can't believe I get to finally watch Heartstopper. Oh my god, it's only been 8 minutes, but it's so cute already. Like, the beach scene is just like perfect, and like the vibes are cute, and I just love them all hanging out, and like the sunscreen scene. Like, Charlie is having an internal panic, and the best bit of reading this volume was just how he was so dead set on trying to say it, and he just literally picks the worst moment. And like, if they don't get it right, I'm gonna be so bad, but I think they'll have it. Like, Alice has not steered us wrong yet, and the show's been great. But like, I like that we're just getting like all the dynamics back, and like, I can already see where things are gonna flow in. There also seems like there's going to just be some really good character moments, and I feel like everyone's gonna just develop throughout this season, which is gonna be beautiful. But like, Isaac though, like, I relate to you so much, babe. Like, when he's talking about just never feeling attracted for anyone and just not liking anyone, it's like, I feel that, because that's just how I feel. But God, it's only been 8 minutes. How am I meant to cope with watching this whole season? I don't know. Okay, I'm already coming back. It's only been like 30 seconds, but this whole conversation with Charlie and Isaac is like, I love the fact that Charlie was just like, do you think you're asexual? And then when Isaac was just like, and probably aromantic as well, and then just seeing Charlie be like, I don't actually know what that is, and then needing to educate himself more. Like, it's just so sweet. But especially the moment when he was like, the others would understand, but he said he doesn't really want to give a vocab lesson right now. And it's so true. Like, you try and talk to people about the feelings that you have, but they just don't understand. And I just feel like in this 30-second interactions, that's just perfectly shown how it feels. And I can't. It's gonna kill me. It hasn't even been 10 minutes and the show's gonna kill me. Like, the way that Nick is just so in tune to Charlie's emotions and stuff, like, especially because like, this is a big moment where like, Charlie just has stopped eating in front of everyone else, and like, Nick being like, do you want to go sit somewhere else? And then him being like, no, we're full. Like, he's so supportive. But I know that this is going to be a hard conversation. It was a hard conversation in the comic, and I'm like, not ready. But I do like that he's able to talk to Tara. But this is the new thing, because I don't remember Darcy living with Tara during the comic. Like, it could just be something that I'm forgetting. But Darcy is a lot. Like, not in a bad way. Like, Tara and Darcy are a cute couple, but I think just being together all the time is probably not going to end up being the best thing for them right now when they're going through the stresses of school and stuff. And I feel like there's going to be a hard conversation to have there. I just think this season's going to be all hard and sad conversations, so at least we get to be happy right now. Okay, I do love that this totally mirrors the first season where that's like, we're boyfriends, and then he carries him into the ocean and pretends to drop him, and then we actually get to see him like totally saturate him in water, and I'm like, but now the conversation's happening. Like, Charlie was so ready, but then Nick's gonna be like, no, I need to talk to you about your eating disorder, and then we'll be like, I'm not ready for anything, but like, I can't wait to watch it. God, they just act so well. But like, I'm not ready. Okay, it's gonna be the theme, but it's like with Charlie, the denial is so strong when he starts to realize, because the thing is like, the hardest part is having to ask for help and for someone to be there for you. Like, Nick is always going to be there for him, but it's just like it's only the smallest part of it so far, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready. It's gonna be so cute. That's happening. He's going to have the shower. And oh my god, in the comic too, because like, Charlie was obviously eating the little sandwich, so he's happy to eat around Nick because he feels comfortable with Nick. But I remember in the comics, it was just so cute where he's like munching his little sandwich. I'm not ready, it's gonna be so cute. Okay, I'm back again, but I love that he's like, only if it's not Marvel. And I'm like, Mr. Joe, was this a joke? Because you are now in Marvel. Even though I know it is an internal joke in the comic, just because Nick loves Marvel movies and he loves Captain America, but it's just so funny now knowing that Joe is in Agatha. Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh my god, like, everything was perfect. Like, him being shocked, Charlie being like, oh my god, okay, bye. Him slipping in the shower, the running, and then having to go back for the clothes, and then just flat out sprinting. It's perfect. It's actually perfect. Episode 1 was just perfect, and my TV has just stopped working, so now I'm a bit stressed if I'm actually going to be able to keep finishing this show. But we can still talk about episode 1 when I have time here, but like, it's just the running in a zipper putty, no shoes, being like, oh my god, say it again. And I'm like, it's so cute. I'm not ready. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep saying it, but I'm not ready. But that was the cutest. Like, I just remember being so obsessed with that whole sequence the whole time. Is it doing something? Try it again. Why is Netflix broken? It's because everyone else is watching Heartstopper right now. Is that's what's happening? I think Netflix is down, honestly. I can't deal with it. Oh, wait, we gotta, come on. Why would you give me the N if you won't work? Please do not tell me that Netflix is down. Oh. This is not good. I'll try it again. Come on. don't have faith. Excuse me. Like, do you not know that I have to watch this show right now? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm always going to be sad about the fact that Olivia Colman couldn't make it for this season to be Nick's mum. Like, I understand that she had other things she needed to do, and it's sad but understandable. But if we were going to get a mum replacement, Hayley Atwell is a great choice. She's Nick's aunt, so I think she's hopefully going to have the one that has the very important discussion to him about loving people and how sometimes love isn't enough, but you can still be there for him. And I hope it's going to be her, because I just love her. Like, I've loved her since Marvel, but she's such a good actress. But we're starting to get the signs of Tori being really worried about him, because even though this period of Charlie's life is hard on him, it's very hard on the people that love him. So, like, Nick struggles a lot, but Tori also struggles a lot because Charlie means so much to her. It's going to be sad to watch her not know what to do as well in the situations, and it's just... like, especially the scene with all three of them down the line. I'm gonna cry multiple times, I feel, but at least we're happy at the moment. Okay, at least we've got Charlie's mum being an absolute wanker, because she was so annoying in the comic books. Like, I understand that it's coming from a place of love, but she does not handle anything right. So I do love that Tori is in Charlie's corner, as she should be. But, like, and his mum looks like a total Karen. Like, they casted her with an actress that just makes me be like, I don't like you. But the dad is so nice, but the mum is scary, so the dad never really knows how to do anything, but it's just like, it's got the emotions already. Oh my god, the teachers though, it's literally the best side plot in the comics and the show, but they're so cute, and I'm like, oh my god, date. Like, they're dating already, but it's like a secret dating, and I'm like everything makes me so happy. And then it's like, they have all the exams, and I'm like, my god. It's been way too long since I've been in school, so I'm just like, ugh, exams. But it also seems way more complicated, because I'm just like, there are so many different results that you need to be able to, like, get into university, but then you still do another year of school. I feel like ours was, like, not that complicated, but I am so happy that everyone had good grades. But I do feel bad for Darcy, because I don't think she liked what she got. But I'm liking the Minorca content. I'm just loving Hayley Atwell. Like, she's just such a good choice. Yeah, everyone should have dropped their plans and gone with Isaac, because that's so rude that he's, like, not at an age yet to have his results. And he's come out to support them, and then they all just walk off. Even Charlie, like, Charlie, what do you have planned? And I also think my favorite thing for Isaac, though, is seeing if I've read the books that he's holding, and he had You and Me on Vacation. I love that book. And it makes you so happy that that is also going to get turned into a movie, and I've already seen filming for the cast. The girl who played Jane in My Lady Jane is going to be Poppy, and it just makes me so excited as a side tangent. But, like, I feel like Isaac's going to drop more, because, like, what are they doing? I feel so bad for Isaac, because I get the feeling left out thing, because most of my childhood and teen years was being the third or the fifth wheel of every situation, and people would just not want to make plans, and you'd always be the one messaging and trying to get things to work. So I'm glad that Charlie was, like, being there for him finally, like, spending some time together, because, like, it was a bit awkward with that whole, like, Tal and Elle being all kissy with Isaac right there, and I'm just like, guys, read the room. Like, Tal and Elle are a cute relationship, but I just feel like it's getting a bit, like, maybe stop for a bit, because, like, I want to know about the other things. But Charlie's just so sad without Nick, and I think it makes him spiral. And now Tori's realizing the eating disorder thing, and she's like, Nick, you need to come home, because we need to sort some stuff out here. But I just, like, the emotions are getting strong already. It's been 2 episodes. And Jenna has officially started watching, and she's sending me all her reactions already. Like, there is so many messages. I literally have gone onto Instagram to see this many from her, so I'm beyond excited to see her reactions. But she's loving it, she's stressed, and I think it's gonna kill her, because it is like, she's already having so many reactions from the first episode, and I'm like, girl, you don't know what's coming. I'm scared for her, but I'm also excited to see what she says to me. I'm not okay. This show is gonna kill me. It really is. But this is crying count number 1. Because, like, I knew it was going to be Hayley Atwell's character. He was going to have that important chat to Nick, being like, it's not healthy to only depend on each other, and that Charlie needs help. When Nick's like, so what am I meant to do? Nothing. And she's like, just be there for him, like, love him, but know that he needs other support. Like, that really got me, like, especially when they started to have the conversation, and, like, Charlie being like, I think I do have an eating disorder, and admitting it is the first step of anything. But his mum is just being such an arsehole. And she still is an asshole when she finds out about everything. Like, she just doesn't understand how to help, and it's honestly so depressing that she just can't support her own child in the situation like this. It's only been 2 episodes. I don't think I can handle the emotions of the rest of this because it's gonna kill me. Can't even the teachers. Like, they are so cute. And they're like, if the kids know. And I'm like, the kids would be obsessed with you. I love it. I love it. And like, Nick and Charlie hugged and they reunited. And then boys have to be like, ugh. And I'm like, fuck. I forgot that people exist in the world and they're homophobic. But I love them. But it's like, we get a cute moment and a happy moment. And then it's gonna be like, depression. I'm not ready. Oh my god, sidebar, but Jenna just got to the end of episode 1 to see the love confession and she loved it. And I'm so glad because there's just so many moments and I'm like, I hope Jenna tells me about this because... But she said it was the best confession she's ever seen and it's like, it is. It's pretty goddamn perfect. Oh my god, Nick writing a checklist of what he should do to help Charlie and like... Oh my god, Charlie walking in on the teachers being all cutesy, holding hands and he's like, who knows? But then it's gonna be so cute. But like, Charlie's gonna be the best person to find out because like, he gets it. He gets how hard it is. But like, I just love it so much. I feel like I'm gonna die from the cuteness, but then it will ultimately be the sadness. But like, oh my god, Charlie tried to explain to Mr. Ajay how he feels and like how he feels like there's all these rules in his head that he has to follow, but if he doesn't follow them, something bad's going to happen. Because the interesting thing is like, yes, it is an eating disorder, but then it stems into Charlie having severe OCD and that's why he has these feelings, and the only thing in his life that he feels he can control is his food. And so many things are changing and it just like, the representation and the way that they're spending so much time on it is just done so beautifully. But it makes me very sad because we have a long way to go. Because it takes Charlie a long time to be able to, like, not necessarily say get better, but just accept this version of him and know that the voices in his head aren't something he should be following, and really just finding coping mechanisms and just learning how to be a healthier version of himself. It's so nice seeing this representation of mental health and it's been done in such a good way. Okay, they seriously have to stop third wheeling Isaac because he's going through too much, okay? But I just love the way that he's like, the idea of it is nice, but it's not something I want. And like, I feel that. I feel it so much. I can't with this show. It's too cute. This episode is called Talk To, so like Charlie's gonna have to start talking about it. I know he doesn't want to, but like for his health, he has to. What's so sad though is like every time there's like a cute montage and a cute scene, there's always this underlying like sad emotion because Charlie is just going through it. But it's also been Isaac because you watch everyone pair off and walk away and he's just always left. Like, I do love them all, but they're not seeing him anymore and it's so annoying. Like, they need to spend some time. But I felt like it was nice that he was like saying to Tal, you know, all you care about is your girlfriend, you don't care about me. I used to be one of your best friends and now they're not talking. But they all need to step up. I also hope that when Isaac tells him, it's not going to be from a place of anger, but I feel like they just need to be better friends. Like, their friend group is so cute, but it's just like dating isn't everything, and that's the main thing. But it's so sad because Charlie's obviously, again, he's going to continue to struggle with the food. But when Nick's trying to give him solutions, like, do you want to sit somewhere else? And when he snapped at him and Nick was just affronted. Nick is such a sunshine character and he's so beautiful, and Charlie's just descending into this depression, which is understandable, but it's like, it's going to take its toll on Nick. And I know that it's not necessarily about Nick's emotions, but it's still something that's going to be so difficult for him to have to handle and be the positive one and always be there. But you can see that it's already starting to crack a little bit just because they're so young and there's so many emotions to deal with. And it's gonna make me cry. Now coming out of the romance bubble just a little bit, but just realizing there's other people in the orbit that he needs to focus on, and it's like the first time he's really looked at Charlie, so he's clocked that something's wrong. But like, you could feel Nick's stress then being like, well, I'll ask Charlie, and he's like, don't ask Charlie, and he's like, I want to know, and it's like, he won't even talk to me about it, so don't ask him, Tal. Like, everyone's starting to just realize there is something off, but it's like developing so beautifully, like it hasn't been rushed. And the first step obviously is Charlie being comfortable enough to tell his parents what's wrong, but it's like, I can't, but like, everyone's just clocking it and I'm not ready. I totally forgot about the memory book that he gave him, because like for Charlie's birthday, Nick gave him the frame with a photo of them in the snow, and then it's like, I'm looking at the quote, but you gave me a photo of us in the snow, so here's one of us in the sun, and I'm like, so cute. But I forgot about the bag of jumpers, and how cute of it that he's like, they don't smell like you anymore, so like, I'm giving them back. I love it so much. But like this memory book is so cute, but I do also appreciate the way that Nick's like, wow, this is wrapped like very neatly, and Charlie like redone it so many times, and there's the OCD tendencies. I can't. I'm actually thinking this is just getting too emotional. Okay, that was acted very well. Like, because I knew this part was going to be so sad from the comics, but like I actually can't. So Nick finally having the courage to have that conversation with him and follow his aunt's instructions, and just Charlie not knowing what to do because he's just having to be confronted with all these emotions and feelings that people have. But for him to say to Nick, I need help, but I don't want to tell my parents because he doesn't think they're going to believe him, and Nick coming with him, like even when he came in and he has his note, but like his mum being like, I don't think Nick should be here, it's not the right time, and she's just not seeing that her son is breaking. But like I started crying with the conversation, but the letter, and like Nick being there and supporting him, and the parents starting to realize that there's something wrong with their child and that they didn't see it. And then like Tori being in the stairwell crying, I need a break, because like that is one of the hardest moments that's going to happen, but I know that there's a scene that's going to come up that's going to break me. But and I feel bad because I've been sending Jenna photos of my crying count, and she's not ready. I need to make a cup of tea, have a breather, and I'll get back to episode 4, which is Journey to breaking me, pulling me apart. So cute at first, man, and now it's breaking me. I can't. Oh, I'm really glad they incorporated the journal idea, because it was a big part of the later volumes of the comics that Charlie and Nick would start each volume writing in the journal, so we get to see Charlie's perspective and then Nick's perspective. So I don't know if we're going to see a Charlie journal entry, but I do appreciate the way the time skip was a good idea, but even though it showed Charlie was getting worse and angrier, and he has started self-harming again, sadly, which is just making me emotional. But it is good to see that he's finally gotten to the facility that is helping him, and it is sad that they can't communicate with each other. So it's a long time for Nick not to know how Charlie is. Like, there is times when they can go visit and he's able to see him, but like the 3 weeks in Menorca was hard enough, but it is very hard on Nick. But I do like the perspective of seeing someone on the outside, trying to realize how they're feeling about the situation, because I know that we could have the focus of Charlie inside, but I do like that it's like, you know, that's kind of like really Charlie's time to heal, and he might talk about it, he might not. But I do like that the friends are being all really supportive, and like Darcy cutting her hair, because obviously there has been the levels of gender dysphoria for Darcy, and I do like that it's kind of more of Kizzy's haircut now, because Kizzy is they, them. And I wonder if they're bringing this in, and Alice is really enjoying this storyline because it is something very close to Kizzy. But I feel like Darcy is just becoming such a beautiful character, and I just love where all the stories are going, really. But this episode is like, it's good to see this healing journey, but I feel like it's gonna still get worse before it gets better. But I am liking this episode so far. There is seriously something so wholesome though about the Halloween party, because I love all their costume, and I love that Nick went as Captain America, but when he was just starting to really struggle at the party and he went away, and Tao came and found him and sat with him, and then he comforted Nick as he started crying. They've come a long way from Tao hating Nick in the first season to them actually being really good friends, and I love that support. And like, I love now that Nick's visiting Charlie at the facility with his family, and he's seeing that he's getting better, but it's obviously, it's not just like you get better instantly and it ends. Like, the road goes up and down, there's many bumps, but it's good that Charlie is getting the support that he does need. But it's also the fact that he's got to learn self-coping and knowing that the feelings that he gives himself aren't going to come true. But like, I feel like for OCD, like I don't have OCD, so I wouldn't understand. It's only from what I can see from Charlie is that it's going to always be something that he's going to have to tell himself and work through, and some days it's going to be worse than others. But I do just appreciate that he is getting help that he desperately needed. But we still have 4 more episodes after this, and I'm just like, what's going to happen? And I'm sad. But this episode has been a good one. Like, I still have half the episode to go, but it's been good. But they put a little, like, if anyone you know is struggling with mental health, go to this website. Like, that is just beautiful to see. Like, I'm glad that they do have all the triggers that you need for the show, but this was just, you know, a beautiful little message to have at the end of episode 4. I do appreciate that half the episode was Nick's perspective in the journal and then the other half was Charlie's perspective. They did show his journey actually in the facility and what he went through, but I like seeing the ways that, like, moments in each of their stories connected. But like, it was such a struggle for Charlie, but I really appreciate that he said, like, he's gotten out of the deep end. Like, he feels like he's going to be better, but there's still going to be hard days. I really appreciated that he had a good experience in a facility like that, because he was still there for 2 months, but he was able to keep up with schoolwork, but he didn't communicate with Nick as much. But then he started to talk to him and talk to his friends. But I think the best bit was that little home video that Tao made. Like, that was so cute. And like the way they had the clip of the teachers being cutesy as well. Like, I loved it so much. But I do appreciate that, like, they're just all there for him. Friendship group's just getting great again, which I do appreciate. But that, like, was a good episode. Like, the way mental health is handled in this show has been so beautiful, and I really do hope people are feeling seen and feel represented and supported through episodes like this, because it's just done so well. Jenna's trying to stay an episode behind me so that she can give me her reactions and I'll be able to, like, keep up and talk to her. But I said to her I just finished episode 4 and she's like, I clicked that button so fast. But it is so nice talking to Jenna about it, because there is quite a few things with different perspectives of the story that we both do relate to, and it's just really nice having these conversations with her, but also be like, oh my god, it's so cute. Like, she is one of my, like, really good friends, and I just appreciate that we can have this extra level of being able to talk and just have a great time through messages. But I'm halfway through the show and I'm sad, and the episode is titled Winter, so I'm assuming this episode is based off this winter. And like, I was gonna say that the mum was being a bit more nicer, but I know she's been a bit of a wank in this episode and I don't really want to watch that, but I'm also excited. Oh my god, so we finally have Henry. So we got Nellie and Henry and they're cute babies, and then we finally got Oliver. Like, I understand that they couldn't have Oliver because Oliver's meant to be Charlie and Tori's younger brother, but because the amount of time with the show, he would age up and it would just be too difficult to keep him in there, and probably all the regulations and stuff, but he's come in as a cousin. And I knew this was going to happen, but I'm still so excited to see Oliver. Ooh, the drama and tension starting for the day, because, like, his mum won't stop hovering, and I get it. Like, she wants to make sure Charlie's okay, but then, like, Charlie just is like, can you leave me alone and just have a normal day? And then we had to see freaking David again. I didn't think he was going to be in the show again because, like, I don't know why, but he's just so annoying. I feel like we just got Heartstopper's first F-bomb, because in the comics, there is a lot of swearing. Like, they swear a lot for little teenagers, but there is a lot. But they made the decision not to have swearing so that this show could be there available for, like, all ages, so that parents wouldn't, like, stop their kids from watching it because they'd have to have a higher rating. But I did appreciate why there was an F-bomb, because David is very annoying. But like, just this episode is so good, but I'm just like, you know, I'm just waiting for the penny to drop and be depressed. It got me tearing up a little bit when, like, Charlie leaves and then Tori's just like, don't leave, and he's like, no, I don't want to be here, and she's like talking about how he spends all his time with Nick. And I understand from Charlie's perspective when he says he's the only one that doesn't make me feel mentally ill, but Tori has been there for him through it all. And when she was like, I want you to spend Christmas with me, and then he left, it just made me emotional because she's so upset, and she has been supporting him. And I understand that, like, the mum was being annoying. Like, it's not as annoying in the comic book, but she was still being annoying. But he needs to spend some time with his sister. And I don't remember it being so sad in the novella, and now I'm sad. I also forgot to mention too, and Jenna just reminded me when she's gotten to this part in episode 4, but, like, the lemur coming back as an emotional support animal, she called it, and it's so true. But I love that Charlie slept with it every night that he was in the institute, because that was just like Nick was there with him. The little details, man, they kill me. Okay, one of the absolute best things, though, is the way that each couple is just so perfect. And honestly, do you ever see young people this emotionally mature? Alice has written perfect characters, and I love it so much. They're able to just have these very important conversations, like Elle and Tao having the conversation about body dysmorphia and about taking the next step and how they're going to have to be slow with things was really perfect. Seeing Nick talk to Charlie being like, we just want to be there for you, so let us support you, but also do what you need to do. And, like, Darcy and Tara, I'm sure, are going to have some good conversations as well, but they just are all so in tune to their emotions, and I love it. But I also appreciate that Tori went to go see Charlie and she's brought him back, and the parents have apologized. Now they're playing Mario Kart with Oliver. Like, I love it. Finally got to see Michael. So Solitaire is Tori's book, and I still haven't read it. I'm a really bad fan, but like Solitaire came out first, and then people loved Nick and Charlie so much, and then that is how Heartstopper evolved. But that episode was really good. I like that everyone's like happy and like Tao and Elle, like it's cute. Like, okay, you're gonna 100% hear my mom vacuuming, so I had to give a pause while she vacuumed this level, but she's upstairs vacuuming. But I've started episode 6, and this is definitely the start of the next volume because Charlie's starting to talk to Jeff about the possibility of like moving his relationship a bit forward. But the scene that I thought was going to really hurt, but they didn't do too much with it, is when Charlie relapsed with his self-harm. So basically what happens is Nick and Charlie just have this massive argument, so Nick's just like, oh, piss off, and he leaves. And in the time that he's gone, he self-harms. But what I was really wanting to see done was the way that Tori finds him locked in the kitchen and panics. So she gets Nick to come back because she's like, Charlie's hurting himself, you need to get here. But we don't really see it. And I understand why they wouldn't actually show the self-harm on video because that can obviously be so triggering, but I just wanted to see a bit more of the panic with Tori and Nick. So they have glazed over this a little bit, so I understand why I do, but I just wanted to see a little bit more. But it's still so nice to see Jeff say, like, you've been through a trauma, so you're gonna go backwards sometimes, like, you're not gonna just have good days from now on. But I do appreciate that he is able to confidently talk to Jeff about all levels of his life. Like, he's not just talking about the eating disorder and the OCD. Like, I really appreciate that he's able to have these conversations and talk about important things to him. Okay, I love that Michael is just so beyond weird. Like, I knew this like from the snippets I've seen of people talking about him and kind of seeing him in the comments and stuff, but I love that he just gave Charlie that cat, and apparently it was ad-libbed when they all started meowing after he went upstairs with Tori. But this party just looks so cute. Like, I never had wholesome parties like this when I was young, and I love that they're always together and there's so many of them. Like, my friend group here consists of literally one person. Well, I have 2 friends, but they're not friends with each other. I have 2 one-person friend groups at home. All my friends are online, and I miss you guys every day. But I'm loving how all cute this is. But now we're getting Charlie just feeling awful about his body, and he thinks that Nick's not going to be attracted to him when they do the deed. But, like, Nick loves him so much. I just love it. And just like seeing his 16th birthday party and how happy they all are and just being so cute. But I still have come to the realization that I really just don't like Imogen. Like, I think that she's very annoying. Like, Rhea acts it very well, but she's just, yeah, like, I didn't really like them putting her with Sahar. Like, I did like that Sahar's realized that she's bisexual for her character development, but I just don't like that relationship dynamic because I don't like Imogen. Like, Sahar will find someone better, and I think that's going to be a great relationship when it happens. God, I just love again the montages and the way that they just have the cutesy fun, and like Olivia Rodrigo playing for the party, but also Tara's panic attack, and then Charlie was able to talk her through it was so cute. I just, like, she's got so much pressure on her, and I just appreciate that there is people there for her to help her calm down, and just like, there's going to be more to it though. Like, she's going to have to talk through what's concerning her and what's just bringing all this pressure into her life. But then I love the scene because, like, it was one of my favorites of the comic where, like, they were kissing and he puts him on the counter and they're just, like, having fun there. But I don't remember in the comic book if he actually talks about the sex there, but I do appreciate the way that he's able to talk about it because he's drunk, so he doesn't have the same barriers on his mind to stop him from saying these things, because this is something that Charlie would overanalyze and overthink about. But I just love that Nick was just like, yeah, you know, like, I've been thinking about it too, like, it's gonna happen soon and I'm not ready. But we're also gonna see Jonathan soon, and I'm so excited that he's playing the teacher, that he has this little cameo role in Heartstopper, but I can't wait for it. But then Elle's also going to be on the radio and her Instagram's popping off. Like, everyone's just having like good moments right now, and it's cute. Oh my god, I was so excited for Elle's interview, and then it just turned into this whole debate about just making her talk about trans and being trans, and it was like, why would you make her do this by making it seem like you were going to talk about her art and then talk about transphobia and just being awful? Like, I completely understand why she left the interview, and her parents were going off to the workers, being like, she's a child. It's been such a safe space for Elle for quite a while because she's had her friends and her family and the support of her school that you could almost forget. But it was just like, oh my god, I feel so bad for her now. Like, this interview person was being so shitty. Oh my god, I love that they're talking to Jonathan Abbeyleec. Like, I know the character's name is Jack, but like, Charlie getting to meet his idol, and then Nick being really flustered when he talked to him, and then he's like, oh my god, he actually is quite hot. And I'm like, like, they are so cute. I love that that's the only moment we get with Jonathan Bailey, and it was so worth it. Okay, finished episode 6, and I've only got 2 more left to go, and like, oh my god, like I love that Charlie's talking to Jeff about it, and I just feel like it was so sad because he's like, oh, I'm too skinny and I have scars, so I'm disgusting, and he's like, that doesn't make you disgusting. Charlie has some self-worth, babe. Again, I'm just excited he's able to talk about these personal topics with him, and I just love it, and I feel like the next episode's got together, and they're gonna be together. It's so cute. And like young love, I can't relate. I mean, I've never had a boyfriend or been with anyone, so like I really can't relate to anything. The sex ed flirting is everything. Oh my god, but I just love that they're like, maybe we'll add something, and then it's the cucumber and the condom. But you know what? I never did that at school. Like, they never had a class where they made us do that, and it's always something that I see on TV, and I'm just like, yeah, I never got that. Like, we just got the information about your reproductive organs and to not have sex. But I just love the flirting where he's like, maybe you should like try it not on a cucumber, and it's like, ooh. Like, it was so funny in the comic, but just, I love that they're happier now. Oh, the F-bombs just keep coming. I think they're just going to start swearing now because they're older now, like they're 16. Like, this is just how it is. But I think this show is just going to be so good for so many young people to really feel seen. Like, I especially love Tao's speech about how he's like, it wasn't perfect the first time and you have to keep trying and learning each other and knowing what you like, and it's the fact that you are together that makes it special. And I'm just like, oh, like, they are so cute. There's going to be so many important messages for the youths. The youth are going to enjoy the show, but I just think it's so funny that like David walked in and Nick's like, fuck off, get the fuck out. And then they were like, good thing my mum didn't walk in. And I'm like, well, she can't, because Olivia doesn't exist anymore. She is not here. You have no mother. Please let her come back in season 4 because I miss her. I figured, yes, like Charlie would make the best head boy. And I like the way that Mr. Farouk was like, you'd be an inspiration to a lot of young boys. And then we see a little baby version of him because he would have like not known how he felt or who he was, because he's realized he was gay a lot later in life, even though I don't know if he's necessarily come out, but he's happy to be dating Mr. Ajay. They're just the cutest side story. Okay, I just finished season 7 and they finally were able to make it work and be together, and I do appreciate the way that like Charlie came over being really annoyed about his mum. Then Nick had this whole crisis of just like, what is he doing with his life? And he doesn't know who he is as a person anymore, and he's only himself with Charlie, and he doesn't know how to be that person around others. And it was such a cute conversation, and oh my god, like, I didn't think they would show too much, obviously, because like none of the relationships that we've seen on the show have had too much, but I think it was just enough. It's about as much as Alice showed in the comics, and it's just, you can really feel the emotion and the love, and like the hands when they were just like, it's just, I love them so much. And just like reading the comics and watching these boys grow up and seeing it in the show, and it just makes me so happy. And like, if we don't get a 4th season, I'm gonna be so mad, but we could have not also gotten season 2 and 3. So we've been so fed by this show, and it just makes me so happy. And again, I'm so glad that volume 5 got turned into a 5 and a 6, so we will still have another volume for us to read and to enjoy, and then hopefully more seasons, because we are pretty much getting caught up with the comic. Like, I think there will still be a little bit more that's going to be for the next season, getting towards Nick being not sure what he wants to do with school, and then we also have the other novella, which is Nick and Charlie, so there is definitely content for another season. I hope we get 5 seasons. That would be amazing, but they just have to know this is one of their most successful shows, and if they cancelled it, you're gonna lose a lot of people paying for Netflix every month if you do. I love seeing them do the little university crawl, like they're so cute, but I always knew that Nick went to lead. But it's a big issue because Charlie feels like he's getting left behind, and Nick wants to stay close to him, but then he really knows he wants to go to Leeds, and it becomes a whole thing because the relationship's going to be long distance while Nick's at university, because they are separated by a school year. But I just really love seeing the way Nick just really thrives being in Leeds, and you can just tell that this is the place for him to be. I love when he finally gets to talk to the girls about him and Charlie having sex, and then they embarrassed him at the pharmacy by making him buy stuff for them, and it was just so funny. Like, I love the dynamic. 4 hours and 27 minutes, like, that's nothing. Like, most of the time on my tour we were doing 8 hours of bus driving, but pretty sure though that it's going to end with the band and the fate, so this is definitely ending where volume 5 ends. So obviously Alice has to get volume 6 written before she can then do the show. But I think as long as she's written it, then they can get the show in production and stuff. But I feel like it could be a little bit longer until we get season 4. And this is the thing too, even if the comic hadn't come out yet, the show wouldn't be awful because Alice would still be writing it. Most shows, once they run out of books, they just do some other weird shit and ruin it. Game of Thrones, I'm looking at you, but I think if we have a little pause, it's not going to be the worst thing because, again, Alice does very much care about her own mental health, and I love that they prioritize that. So I hope they don't rush anything for the sake of their own self, but I'm just, I love this show so much. Part of me is kind of sad that Charlie didn't have his full-on rock outfit. Like in the comics, it was so cute because he like cut it all so it was all like all cropped and like in the triangle pattern, and he looked like a real rocker. And then Nick was like, wah, when he saw him. But of course they had to be late. Like we knew this before, but like I just love that Nick's seeing that Charlie can be confident without him, and he sees that he's not gonna, like obviously Charlie needs him, but not in that like life or death way. So he's going to be able to go to university, even though Charlie's going to have some bad days and feel left behind, but he can see that he can let go and like put himself first in a way, because he knows that going to this university in Leeds is what he needs to do. And just, it makes me so happy. I love them so much. But one thing that's like a slight disappointment, like it's not fully, but with Tori at the end of the comic, we actually find out that she is also asexual. And she did have a night with Michael, but she just doesn't feel the things that she feels like she's meant to feel. And they just remain friends and kind of just have this dynamic of them being together, but friendly. And he has this whole speech where he tells her he doesn't care if they're physical, like he doesn't need that, he just wants her friendship, he just wants to know her, and he wants to be able to love her. I wonder if they've just kind of made that an undertone for comic book readers because of the asexuality with Isaac. So I know that it doesn't mean that there can only be one asexual character in the show. Like there is so much representation and so much of just not one person being in that one representation class, but I just feel like it still would have been nice if there was a little bit more of that development there for Tori and her figuring out who she is. But I am loving how fun the Winter Fate is, but I'm also like, there is 8 minutes. What's gonna happen? Okay, officially finished, and like, what do I do with my life now? Like, every time a season ends, and I still watched it in one day, actually, technically, because I never actually picked it up yesterday. It just took me 4 days to get started, apparently. But I'm a bit concerned because we've just ended at volume 5, and volume 6 isn't out yet, because I think that's where it was ending. And now I'm like, Alice, don't stress yourself out, but I also want to know if we're getting another season. But there is still a lot more to happen. And like obviously because I've read the novella of Nick and Charlie, I know where some things happen in the future. We've already seen them, you know, in their 30s with their fur babies and they're being in love and they're just cute. It ended on a high and I'm just so happy, and it was acted so well, and just this cast is something else and I love them so much. And yeah, I'm really tired. At least this has kept me awake. Daylight saving starts tomorrow, so I also have to deal with my body being like, what the hell? But I love this show so much, and I hope you enjoy this vlog. I'm going to keep doing them until I run out of seasons to talk about, but I love it, and I hope you enjoyed all my thoughts and reactions. Jenna is still watching. She's still sending me thoughts through, and just watching it with her, even though I'm ahead, just really makes the experience, and I just love talking to her and getting her reactions, and it's so much fun. But I do hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!